Ladies and gentlemen, day one of the NFL draft was absolutely insane. If you want to go rewatch the VOD of my live stream, feel free, as it's just on the channel. It will be under the lives tab. It will be, it'll be titled NFL Draft Day Live, Draft Day 1 Live, because I will have two more planned depending on when you're watching this. But today I'm going to be going over the best players still available in day two. Now, as a Broncos fan, of course, we don't have a pick until the third round with back-to-back picks. So if we want some of these players, we're either going to have to maybe package both of those third-round picks to go and trade up, or we're going to have to be trading a player like Courtland Sutton, and I just don't realistically see us trading up. If anything, I see us trading one of the back-to-back picks down. But with that being said, let's go ahead. Let's talk about some of the best players available. As always, though, I want to remind you that Jesus is king. I pray that you give your life to him. He's got a plan and a purpose for you. And I just truly hope that you accept Jesus with your whole heart and believe that he died on the cross for your sins. And if you truly believe that, then you'll go to heaven. It's that simple. It's that easy. It's by grace through faith, which we are saved. It's not through our works. It's through Jesus and his works for what he did on earth, and then dying on the cross, and then rising from the dead 3 days later. I know a lot of people don't like that I'm sharing this, but it's important to me. I have a small platform, so I'm going to continue to spread the gospel as much as possible. And with that being said, let's jump into this. And starting off, we have my top player remaining in Joey Porter Jr., cornerback out of Penn State. I am absolutely shocked that Joey Porter Jr. did not go in the first round. To me, he was the third best corner in this draft, behind Devin Witherspoon and behind Christian Gonzalez. So to me, someone is going to get an amazing player in Joey Porter Jr. If the Broncos do trade up, Joey Porter Jr. and the guy who we'll be talking about next are the two players I want us to target. I mean, I did not think he was going to slip out of the first round. I think he'll be one of the first players to go in the first round. Honestly, the Steelers have the first pick in the second round with a trade they made, giving Chase Claypool to the Pittsburgh, or to the Chicago Bears, and with, of course, Joey Porter, his dad, playing in Pittsburgh. I think that they might go and take Joey Porter Jr., especially they do need some secondary help. But you can see the stats: 34 games, 113 tackles, 20 passes defended, and 1 interception. Joey Porter is still the best player available. That's on my board. The second best player on my board is going to be Brian Branch, defensive back out of Alabama. He is probably my favorite player in this draft, and probably the player that, if the Broncos trade up, this would be the player that I would want the Broncos to target in Brian Branch. I don't know if that's going to happen. You know, safeties do typically fall, but they are picked up in the second round. But if the Broncos were able to pick up Brian Branch, I'd be ecstatic. You can play him at strong or free safety. You can play him in the slot, can play him in the nickel, play him in the dime. You could also play him at a sub linebacker if you need him to. He is a versatile defensive weapon, and I don't think he's going to last long today in the second round. But hey, who knows? Maybe the Broncos trade and trade up to get Brian Branch, but I doubt it. But I'm still having a little bit of false hope that the Broncos can draft Brian Branch. With the third best player available, it's going to be my top tight end, and that is going to be Darnell Washington. You know, both of the tight ends went last night. Kincaid, of course, went to the Bills. Did Michael Mayer go? I'm trying to remember if Michael Mayer went. I think Mayer went. Let me check. Though. I don't think he actually did. I don't think Michael Mayer actually did get drafted in the first round. So he's still available, but Darnell Washington is still my top tight end. Just the ability for him to be a pure blocker, and then just when you look at him after seeing that, oh yeah, he played with Brock Bowers on his team, he is going to be a beast on the offensive side of the football. You know, I think a team is going to get a steal in Darnell Washington. He's still got a tremendous offensive upside, but also can provide a blocking upside as well if you want an extra lineman. You can see the stats: 27 games, 45 receptions, 774 yards, 17.2 average yards per catch, and 3 touchdowns during his career in Georgia. My next best player available is going to be Will Levis, quarterback out of Kentucky. I am shocked Will Levis didn't go in the first round. I didn't think, it was tough taking him within the top 10. But then when we got to like pick 15 or something, I thought that was tremendous value for Will Levis, especially with his big arm and the upside. So I think a team is going to get a star in Will Levis. And who's that going to be? Well, right now, I think he's probably going to go to the Rams here in the first round because I heard they're trying to shop Matthew Stafford. And Matthew Stafford's up there in age, so maybe they are trying to get their quarterback of the future in Will Levis. Wouldn't be a bad idea. He's got a strong arm, high upside. He was Mel Kiper Jr.'s second best quarterback to me. He was still the fourth best quarterback, but he was right there with Anthony Richardson for me. So, yeah, I got Will Levis here. In 38 games, 479 completions, 738 attempts, 5,876 yards, 46 touchdowns, 25 interceptions, 145.6 passer rating. He transferred from Penn State because he didn't beat out Sean Clifford, who is probably going to go undrafted. But funny enough, the Broncos might pick up as an undrafted free agent. But you're just betting on the upside. He could have the upside, and I'm not saying he's going to be the next Josh Allen, but he could have the upside and become a star, kind of like Josh Allen did, or he could, flame out like Zach Wilson did. So we'll have to see, but Will Levis is the next best player available for me. Following that is going to be Michael Mayer. I did put Michael Mayer on this list. I just forgot, I guess. He's going to be a pure offensive tight end. He can block, but not as strong as Darnell Washington can, but he's going to be a receiving threat for any offense. 36 games played, 180 receptions, 2,099 yards, 11.7 average, 18 touchdowns. Yeah, Michael Mayer is the second best, or he's my second best tight end. Kincaid was my third. He went to the Bills, but Kincaid was still a really good tight end. I still had a first-round grade on Dalton Kincaid. But yeah, Michael Mayer here is the next best player. Following Michael Mayer, it is going to be my guy, Trenton Simpson, who may even fall to the third round, but I am still a Trenton Simpson guy. He is still my top linebacker, even over Jack Campbell, who the Lions took. Trenton Simpson is a top pick for me, my top linebacker, and will make an instant impact on any defense. He's a versatile linebacker, can drop back into coverage, can play the run, can rush the passer. So yeah, Trenton Simpson's still my number one linebacker. 33 games, 165 tackles, 23 tackles for loss, 13 sacks, and 5 passes defended. No interceptions, but hopefully that changes in the NFL for whatever team drafts him. Next up, it is going to be Torrence, guard out of Florida. The top guard in the class is still available. He's going to go to a team that really needs offensive line help. 6'5", 332 pounds. The top guard in the class. So if anyone needs a guard, he's going to be the first to go. But yeah, I'm shocked he didn't go on day one. I thought he might go to the Bills. I thought he could go even to the Seahawks maybe. But no, he slips out of the first round entirely, and someone's going to get a great pick in Torrence. Next up is going to be Jalin Hyatt, wide receiver out of Tennessee. A speedster, didn't run super well at the combine, which might have dropped him a little bit, but he's going to be a stud for whoever picks him up in the second round. I think he's going to go around like the midpoint of the second round. So we'll see what other wide receiver needy teams pick him up. But yeah, 29 games with the Volunteers, 108 receptions, 1,769 yards, a 16.4 average, and 19 touchdowns. Then we got Michael-Schmitz, center out of Minnesota. I think I forgot to change the title, but whatever. He's 6'4", 320 pounds. The top center in this class. I'd love the Broncos to pick him up, but there's also other center needy teams. The Giants, for example, are one. So yeah, a team is going to pick up Schmitz. Maybe he falls to the third round just because I don't know who all wants a center, but, we'll have to see. The best center is still available, just like just like Torrence, the best guard still being available. And then finally, we have Isaiah Foskey, edge out of Notre Dame, still available. I'm still high on Isaiah Foskey. I know a lot of people have kind of cooled off on him, but to me, I still think he could be a talented edge rusher. In 37 games, he has 121 tackles, 28 tackles for loss, 25 sacks. Is going to help you rush the passer, stop the run. So to me, Isaiah Foskey is still a very top-end edge rusher that I think someone should target. And those are my best players still available in this draft. Let me know who your best players are, and I hope to see you tonight in tonight's live stream. Peace out, and I'll see you later.